Hey guys, it's Katura and I wanted to talk Wizard's Warboard. I want to give you guys some basic tips at the beginning and then I wanted to go through around with you guys because I think it'll be easier to understand if you're watching me play and watching my decisions in action. Now I definitely recommend going to the album button. It's right by the start button at the bottom. You can see it right there. And from there you can check out your companions, the stickers, the growth event bonuses. You can see what everything does. That way when you're playing you can quickly choose what you need because you have a limited time in that first phase where you have to pick your cards and your bonuses to know what to do. So it's good to already know what different things do to achieve what you're wanting to achieve. Now first, let's go over the board and the different things you want to be doing on the board. In this first round, you only have 3 spaces for cards, but as you level up, you'll get more spaces for cards and bonuses and stickers, so don't worry about it too much. You can see your cards at the very top right here. The little white fire at the top right shows how much MP you have, and then you have those arrows for refreshing that also uses 1 MP every time you refresh. And of course, refreshing gives you brand new cards. And that little lock button will lock a card if you don't have enough MP, but you do want to save it. You can also save it for the next round by locking it, so that's a very handy button. On the bottom left, you can see this gray card that says 0-6, and that is for saving cards or stickers if you're not wanting to place them on the board yet, but you do want them in the future, especially since you're wanting to be able to level up cards. That is a very handy little thing, and you're going to be using it a lot. Also very useful for when you don't have enough room on your board for leveling up and you need to put some cards away to be able to place other cards down for leveling up. So you're going to be using this, like I said, a lot. I use it a ton. The gain experience button fills up that little hourglass on the side, and so you can use your MP that you would usually use for cards to help fill it up, and it will level up your board and help you get stronger stickers and stronger cards. And if you are out of MP or don't have enough to get what you want, you can just drag cards up to where the cards are at the top to sell them to get enough MP to get what you want. So I go in here and I take my Incendios and I sell them so I can get 3 MP so I can get that Luna sticker to place on Newt. To level up cards, you combine them. You can combine 2 basic cards to get an epic, and then you have to combine 2 epics to get a legendary and 2 legendaries to get the mythic versions. And so you can run out of space fast. That's why I said that storage on the bottom left is very handy. And then being able to save cards on the top with that lock button is also handy if you run out of MP. And then you can just kind of see me here saving cards. I know what I want. For Newt, the Ashwinder works really good, as well as, of course, other summons. And then I'm also using Ventus right now because I want to save it for if I get Bella, because I really like Bella. But you can see me combining cards here. And in order to combine cards, you can only combine them on the board, not in storage. So you have to have enough space. So like I said, if you have to put 1 card into storage for a second, so you have enough space to combine, say, 2 Ashwinders into an epic, then I can combine both the epics into a legendary. Then it's just really helpful, and you'll really get the hang of it the more you play. You have a very limited time, so you have to do everything pretty quickly. Before I get into playing, I just wanted to go over that your companions come in the 2nd and the 6th round, and then you have growth events in the 4th and the 8th round where you get to pick buffs. You can pick from 3 buffs. You have a limited time to pick your companions and your buffs because that does come out of your board building time. And with all of that said, let's get right into my match. I wanted to go over a whole match with you guys so you can really see my thinking for each round and each card building round. This first round doesn't really matter that much, so if you don't like any of the cards at the top because you know you're not going to really use them, then just don't waste your MP on them. I opted to go for Snowball and Stupefy, which I don't actually use Stupefy that much when I'm playing, but I thought it might be good, and I figured I'd try it out, and it did do pretty well for me in this round because I did end up winning. But like I said, if you don't like any of it, just save your MP for the next round. And then after your time is up, it goes into gameplay. I sped this up because, you know, this is just the basic first round. You don't do anything on this part, it just goes on its own. And so sometimes my character is kind of ridiculous and just stands there and takes damage. I don't know if there's a bug or not, but sometimes it's just silly. But you can see I lost that round, but it's only 4 health, so it really didn't matter that much. I'm at the beginning of round 2 and I get to choose a companion, and I opt for Newt because I do really like Newt, especially over Snape and Granger, and I think he just works really well. And so I hope to get Bella, and I ended up getting Bella in the 6th round, so I was pretty happy about that. You definitely want to give Newt summons. I wouldn't use spell cards on Newt because you want him to just use summons. So I give him Centaur because Centaur at level 4 ends up being really good. And you can see here I'm able to double up on my Snowball. I also give him Chinese Chomping Cabbage because that works really well. And I kind of just prefer it over the Pixies because sometimes the Pixies just fly around and don't do a ton of damage. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not, so I just opted against it in this round. And then I chose Expelliarmus because that can be really good too. And now the battle of the second round begins. Like I said again, you're not doing anything on this. You just have to sit and watch, and sometimes it's painful to watch. And this was a pretty close round. You can see she chose Neville, and Neville is actually a really good companion to choose. I really like Neville too. I think he works great with like Bella. I would say definitely do somebody that does damage with Neville, but he is a great companion. But you can see I beat her just a bit at the end. And now we're into the third round, and you see I have a Snowball and Stupefy right off the bat. I put Snowball into storage since I have nothing to combine it with yet. And then you can see a Chinese Chomping Cabbage and Expelliarmus to double up on. And then I go in and I save those, but then I realized, wait a minute, I have a Snowball in my storage. So I end up bringing it out to combine them so I can get a legendary Snowball. You can see I combine the epics right there, and now I have legendary Snowball. And because I'm out of MP, I just wait for this to be over, just a few seconds before we go into the battle round where I just get to sit and watch again. Now I did skip ahead a bit on this fight so you guys can see the ending. She has level 4 Centaur already, and she took me out pretty fast. She had a really good deck built up already. But just because she beat me now doesn't mean I won't win, because as you know I do win this fight. And I've had somebody beat me that only had 7 health left, so don't give up hope even when you think you're about to die. Now we're going into round 4, which gives us our first growth event, so you get to pick from 3 buffs. And this is why I say study them first so you know what you want before. That way it's not taking too much of your time, because you can see the time is counting down while I sit here and read everything, but I chose the Aura card. Now I opt for Ventus because Ventus at level 4 is really good, and if I get Bella, I know I want Ventus for her. Ashwinder is also an excellent card to get, so I brought Ashwinder down. You can see there's 2 Stupefy, so I can bring them down and combine them to now have a legendary Stupefy. And it's basically that. And so I just kind of moved stuff around, looked to see what's in my storage, if there's anything I can do, but there's really not at this point, so just kind of waiting for the round to start now. I did choose to put Ashwinder in the front, that way Ashwinder is doing its thing with letting out all those little baby snakes to do the damage as I pull out more summons with Newt. And again, I skipped ahead a little bit in this round just so you guys don't have to watch the whole thing because this is a long video, but I wanted to still show you guys the end. They also have Newt, and you can see I'm still doing pretty well against them at this point. Not to say I haven't been annihilated by other people when we're both using Newt, it's just this time I did have the better deck and the better options, and it worked really well for me. And now we're at stage 5 of card building, and I'm really looking for upgrading all my cards. If it's not something that can be upgraded immediately, I just put it into storage for now, and you can just watch what my choices are here. There's Stupefy that I need to save for later, and I keep checking my storage to make sure I'm not missing anything. You can see I combined the snowballs so it took up less space in my storage. And I'm just going through and seeing what I can get with the MP that I have. And I haven't added any stickers yet because really I'm focused on my cards at this point. I would like to add stickers after I have them leveled up, but sometimes it can be beneficial to get the stickers as well. And then you can see I'm running out of MP, so at this point I just save what's going to be something I want in the next round that I can't afford right now. And I skipped ahead because this is a long video, but you can see she has a really good deck. She's got Hermione, and she takes me out pretty well. It wasn't really too close, but I'm able to build up later. Like I said, even if you lose, just focus on building up your deck for what you know works well. And even people that beat you before might not beat you in the future. Now we have round 6, so you finally get another companion, and I was so excited to see Bella. I could have gone between Bella or Luna, because Luna is also very good, and I do prefer them both over Snape, but I really do love Bella, and I'm definitely going to be giving her that Ventus, because it works really well for building up, you know, her damage, so she can get her Death Eaters out. And you can just see here, I'm just going around, and I'll let you guys just kind of watch and see how I'm picking things out. You can see that I'm just really trying to focus on my cards and build stuff up and combine to make stuff eventually mythic. Just like I just did with Stupefy, it's now mythic, which is pretty awesome. It was my first mythic in the deck, but now I have mythic snowballs as well, which sends out 3 at a time, and that is really nice. I was also pretty excited to see another centaur because now I can give a legendary centaur to Bella, and I think the centaurs work really well with her too because they do damage pretty fast and it just ticks up her damage, and I love Ventus and centaur probably the best with Bella. And then once you can get Glacius, of course, Glacius is one of my favorite cards, and if you can put it on a couple people, you and a companion, it can do a lot of damage. But you can just see I'm just building stuff up. I'm saving stuff because now I'm running out of MP. Oh, but then I see that Snape, and I want to put Snape on her Ventus because it will make it pop out almost immediately. That Snape makes it so there's less cooldown and they can do those other spells faster. You can see in this battle, I just couldn't compete with her level 4 centaurs and Neville. Neville is really good, and she also had a really good Ventus already. So she beat me fair and square in that one. Now we're into round 7, and I know I really need to build my deck because you can see I'm at the bottom right now. I'm in 3 from the bottom because I haven't done too well. I've lost the last 2 rounds, and so I know I need to build up my different spells and my different summons. I know Fire at level 4 can be really good, Incendio, I mean. And so you can see I'm just trying to pick stuff and level things up. I picked this sticker right here because it's great because when I use Expelliarmus and other Defense Against the Dark Art spells, it gives me a shield, and it is a really handy little sticker to have. Then I put the fire sticker right by my Incendio because that will increase its damage as well. As I was out of MP, it was just waiting, but I skipped ahead so you guys don't have to. Now we get into the fight, and I did skip ahead again on this one, and you can see I'm doing really well. Building your deck up and not panicking about getting a couple losses is very helpful, just especially knowing what you want to do with each companion and how you want to build your deck. It's very helpful. Going into round 8 means that we have another growth event. I choose the Time Turner because it increases space on your board and gives you more room to play around and level up cards, which you know is very important. I was really excited to get Legendary Ventus, and I'm just kind of going through leveling up my cards because you can see I basically already have what I want minus Glacius, but Glacius does pop up here in a bit. I'm also starting to look for the stickers that are really going to help increase the damage and help me out more. You can see here I get a mythic Chinese chomping cabbage, which I was pretty happy about. And I definitely want that Glacius. I didn't know if I should save it or put it down, but I decided to put it down for now. And I got Incendio leveled up, and so I was pretty excited about what I was able to do with the board in this round. I saved that Incendio for later, and then I moved the Ventus for Bella to the front because I would like her to use it first because it really ticks up her damage quickly. Of course, I skipped ahead again and I sped it up a bit, but you can see that I'm up against marbles again. And this time I'm beating her pretty well. I've built up my deck, I know what I want, and I'm doing a pretty good job. That doesn't always pan out that way. Sometimes I think I'm building a great deck and people just annihilate me, so it really depends on what people get. This next card building round is just kind of a simple one. It's really just me leveling up my cards. So I'll just kind of let you guys watch that and see the things that I choose to do between saving and leveling up, making space on the board as needed, and all of that great stuff. But like you said, you have to do it quickly. You have more time for each round to level up, and if you defeat your opponent faster, you have more time, and if you take up the whole entire time in your fight, you'll have less time because I believe it comes out of this card building time. So it's just really a race of knowing what you want. So it does just take playing the game itself to really learn what you're doing and what you like for the game. This round was kind of close at the beginning and I wasn't sure how it would go. You can see we're kind of even, but you also see that shield I'm getting from my sticker for using Expelliarmus, and I believe also for using Stupefy. I think that's a Defense Against the Dark Arts spell. And that shield is just being really helpful. You can see that now their health is pretty low compared to mine, and they had beat me before. So like I said, don't stress if you lose a couple matches, just focus on building your deck. And this particular game is going pretty long. You can see there's still quite a few people on the board playing against each other. So it just means that people aren't just completely winning outright and annihilating everybody, that it's kind of more evenly matched and taking a bit for everybody to go down. But you can see I'm just leveling up, getting my Glacius up, got it to Legendary, which got me excited. And then of course the Snape sticker comes up, and I love that sticker. I put it on my Glacius to make sure my Glacius can go out quickly. And just going through looking for stickers and looking at amplifying what I already have. Honestly, looking at that hourglass on the left, it says 12 out of 14. I'm wondering if that's what I needed for gaining experience. So I'll definitely click on it next time to see if that gives me more experience. But again, I sped this up, and you can see I'm doing really well this round. Building my deck and knowing what I wanted and what works well with my companions is just such a huge help. And like I said, sometimes other people are really great at it too, so it can be just so hit and miss, but it worked well for me in this instance. We are at round 11 at this point, and that means more great stuff will appear. You can see Crucio appears and better stickers appear. You can sell stuff. You can see if you drag stuff up to the top, you can sell it if you don't want it anymore, but I'm just trying to really, I want that my Glacius up, and I'd love to get another Glacius out for Bella possibly. I was so excited to get the Phoenix. I put it on Bella and Newt because when they die, it will bring them back, and it's just a very good sticker. If you can get it, definitely put it on. And you can see I'm just putting the Glacius on Bella right there, and I opt to just give her the Glacius and me a Glacius as well. Sometimes it's good to have two legendaries of something instead of combining for a mythic, depending on what it is. Just if you want several, like you and another companion to have it like Glacius. So I've often done that. You can see I get another Phoenix right there, so I save it because I don't have enough MP. Now that we're getting at the final fights, I'm not skipping ahead because I want to get you guys a really good idea of how these cards work at the level 4 at the mythic level and just how tough these fights can be. You can see I'm going against Monday, who's been at the top of the leaderboard the whole time, and so I was pretty nervous knowing that they definitely would have built a good deck. They do have Neville, and Neville is great. I've never used Hermione, but I'm sure she's amazing when used correctly, and obviously Monday has been using her correctly to be able to do so well. But you can see at this point, it definitely seems like I'm going to win because the health levels are a lot more, and I was pretty excited to win against the person that was at the top of the leaderboard. Like I said, it doesn't always go this long. It's just going this long now. We still have 5 people on the board at round 12. So sometimes these fights are long, but you can see I put that Phoenix down on both me and Newt. It's pretty excited to have it. And honestly, at this point, I know I'm just trying to level up my Ventus, Incendio, and Glacius, so I'm looking for that as well as any stickers that are going to make my damage more and help me out. And because I didn't do too much more than this, I'm going to skip ahead in a bit just so you guys don't have to watch a full minute of me sitting there almost doing nothing while I wait. So you can see how my deck is building up right now, and I know it's a good deck and that it's working well even against the person at the top. And this time I'm going against Marbles for a 3rd time, and we'll see how I do. She's got Luna and Newt. Like I said before, Luna is really good and Newt is also really good. So it's really just based off of who built their deck best. Having that Snape sticker to make your spells go out quicker is a huge advantage, and also the Luna sticker will also help, especially when you have summons. It will help get them out quicker because it makes their cooldown less as well. I don't think I put that on my deck, but that's a good one. If you're wondering why people are able to do spells and other stuff before you, it's because of those stickers, the Snape and the Luna glasses stickers. You can see I won this round, and now Marbles is out of the game entirely. Your health has to get down to 0 to be out, and I'm still at 62, so I feel like I'm doing pretty well, but I've been at 100 and a person at 7 still beat me, so I know this can go any way. See, I have that Luna sticker saved that I was talking about. I got this sticker which increases their health and makes them immune to control effects for the first 20 seconds, so I was pretty excited to get that for them to stack on top of stuff. I was very excited to make a mythic Ventus because now it's going to send out 3 lines of Ventus, and it does such a good job, so I was very excited to get that. But you can see I'm just really working on making everything as high leveled as I can. I didn't combine the Glacius because, like I said, I wanted 2 Glaciuses happening at the same time from me and Bella because it just does a lot of damage. But you can see I'm saving stuff and I'm just building up what I already have. And since I've done it so many times, I know what works well. And at this point I'm thinking I really want that Luna sticker on Newt so he can bring out his summons faster, but I don't have enough MP after I go through everything. So I end up selling the Incendio that I have in my storage so I can get enough MP to put that sticker on Newt because I feel like it's more important than leveling up my Incendio at this point. I'm going to speed up this battle a bit. It wasn't too long, but you can really see the effects of having level 4 items. These final battles really do get incredibly intense, especially once everybody has a bunch of buffs and stickers, and it gets kind of crazy, but you can see it did really well. I've never seen that firework before from George Weasley, so that was actually pretty cool. Now at this point, because it's going so long, I am skipping to the very last round against me and Monday. I beat her again in that final round before this one in round 15, and now we're at round 16. If anybody goes beyond that, just let me know in the comments, because that was a long time and a lot to go through. But you can see I'm really running out of space here. I don't have any space in my storage. So I switch out my basic Incendio so I can level it up and put my legendary one in, and then I do that again so then I can combine my epics, and now I can finally get my mythic Incendio. Because you can see how that storage really helps when you have no other space, and I wanted you guys to kind of see that example. And honestly, there just wasn't much more I could do at that point, so I was just kind of going through seeing if there was anything for me to get, but I knew that this might be the final round if I can beat her. And I wanted you guys to see this final round, knowing I have those phoenixes to bring my characters back, and she also has phoenixes as well to bring back Neville and Hermione, and we both have those Ventuses. So it's just a really intense match. You can see we're both doing Glacius, Ventus, because those just work really well. Snowball, and I love the Incendio, how it leaves damage afterwards when you have it at level 4. And it's just a very intense match. And I was a little worried she might beat me at the beginning, but then I could start seeing that, okay, after a little bit, that I was doing well. Especially knowing that I have that Phoenix bonus to make them come back after they die, and that I was taking out her companions a little bit faster than mine were dying. You can just see just how absolutely insane this match looks. And then once you get down to 10 seconds, everybody's health starts going down, but you can see her companions will come back, my companions come back, and they come back with quite a bit of health, so those Phoenix stickers are super nice. And I was just really glad that I could actually win this, because I didn't think I would at first, because I didn't think I was doing too well. But I was really happy to build a good deck and to be able to win on this one. And I hope all of this helps you guys out. I know this is a really long video, but I just thought it'd be easier for you guys to see stuff and to see how everything worked and just to watch it in action. And if you have any other questions, just leave them in the comments and I'll try to get back to you. Thank you guys so much for watching.